Sawa, wacha niendelee na hizi comments. Steven JJ anasema hakuna success. Raila is taking off with this thing na hiyo itakuwa noma. Without a leader, mambo itenda mahali pabaya. It all started with Mwananchi waiting unga iwe bei nafuu. And then Ida here further says Kenyans have lost trust in this government and can't stomach the thought of another few years. Hii serikali is promising by next week. Hii serikali is promising by next week but can't deliver. If your own president can't keep his word, it's tough to trust him. And then Pablo here says, I think the more the Azimio team is not giving alternatives or what is the end goal, the more credence these protests are giving to the narrative that the Azimio team just doesn't want the government to succeed.
I'll comment on that, please.
Yeah, and Pablo, I don't know why you keep repeating this. These things are openly available on the internet, but we're going to talk about it later. And then Pablo further says, Maandamano of the past brought about real changes, pushed Moi out, orchestrated multi-party democracy, a new constitution, but siku hizi ni bure kabisa. No goal, no plans. And here's a funny thing. This is exactly what people were saying when those mandamanos were happening at that particular time. You know, I started going from going for mandamanos when I was age 12.
The ones that
was my first mandamano.
The ones that opened the servers of back then.
Yes. So I think those are all the comments that we have for now.
No, I wanted to say this.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Azimio is not in power. Azimio's leader is not president. Therefore, it is you're shifting focus, you're shifting blame. Whatever you're doing, the onus is on the government who are in power, wako na usukani, to provide solutions.
What?
Usukani. To provide solutions. And that's what I was going. That's why I went back. Finance bill was one, but it has been rejected. What else are you coming with in the interim? One, kushukisha bei ya unga. Two, mambo ya fuel. Three, tuseme mambo ya gas. Because those are things that were promised.
Even subsidies.
Right?
Something,
whatever it is.
Something temporary, at least to keep the people going.
And that is what the government needs to do. It's not the prerogative of Azimio to provide alternatives. They are...
Now you know
that's what I'm trying to get, because we can't before we provide alternatives, what have have KK provided?
Now here, and I think we can have
I guess,
and this is where and I know on the show here we've been accused sometimes of being one-sided.
You guys are one-sided. You're biased.
But Omosh, it becomes very difficult. Because I'm even trying to play devil's advocate, and it becomes very hard. They make it very difficult for us to even see, the good that I've done. Because when you constantly, let's say, you're in a new marriage, and you're 10 months into your marriage, or let's say even you're 1 year into your marriage, but and you constantly keep goofing. Mara umekutikana huko sijui na msichana yupi kule, mara umekutikana sijui na nani kule, and then your excuse is that, oh, by the way, your ex-husband or your ex-boyfriend was doing worse. So just think about it.
Yes.
You're already in a marriage here, yes, umemoa alikuwa na ex-girlfriend, labda alikuwa maybe she was formerly married, but then when you're caught with your hand in the cookie jar, your excuse is that, oh, your ex-husband was doing much worse. So be happy. At least me, I'm cheating with only 2 women. Your ex-husband used to cheat with 5 women. That's where, that's where unfortunately we are.
Easy analogies zenyu.
But it's true because
lakini si mungetumia ingine ati.
Okay, sawa. Tuseme kupika. Yeah. You said before we even got married,
tumerudi tena kwa mdalasini.
Hold on. Mdalasini lazima. Umesema utapika vizuri. Me, I'll give you 3 meals a day. Well, don't worry, nini, kiamsha kinywa, whatever you told me.
Mm-hmm.
You convinced me enough.
Yeah.
Mpaka nikasema, you know what?
Ukaingia box.
Nikaingia box, ndani kama SIM card.
Mm-hmm.
Si ndio?
Mm-hmm.
Haya. Tumefanya ndoa. Haya, then punde si punde, I'm struggling even to get 1 meal. Forget even 3.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
na nikukuuliza unasema you know what, don't worry, I'll work on it or whatever. In fact next week vile nitafanya nitapika meal
na hata ex-husband wako hakuwa anakupatia pesa kila siku.
You know, you see now you start looking for other alternatives.
Yes.
So ultimately next week inafika gotire. So now me I'm being forced to do what? If I start rioting or if I go and complain, right? Or if I'm complaining, then from somebody from the outside they say, okay, why don't you ask this guy what alternatives are? I don't need to provide alternatives. You told me. Now, as my wife or as my partner, utakuwa unapika.
Now you see,
you pike. It's that simple.
Now you see, I think the tragedy with the current government we have is that they are still in campaign mode, and this is where you see the difference between campaigning and governing, because you can campaign, you know, with good vibes and inshallah, but you cannot govern with good vibes and inshallah, because now umeshika usukani sasa, you know, you're on the driver's seat, you know, you have to drive this car, you know, huwezi kwanza kucomplain ati because you have to drive the car, you're the one who's on the driver's seat. And I think unfortunately the team that has also been selected is a team that is full of good vibes people and inshallah.